Hello, this Anglo-Indian story is with Noel Thomas. Noel was born in India at Kurda Road in 1940. He is presently on holiday in Melbourne, Australia. Noel and his wife Sheila live in Vizag, India. Noel retired from the Indian Railway in 1999, so not that long ago, at which time he held the position of Divisional Mechanical Engineer, and he was stationed in Vizag. Now, I met Noel for the first time in Australia in 2006 when he was here on holiday. I saw an article that he'd written in a magazine, an Anglo-Indian magazine, Anglo's in the Wind, and I was very taken with that article, and he had a photo of himself with one of his daughters as well, and it was a great story. It really touched me very deeply. And I sent Noel an email, and through that we've now become friends, and he's here again with his wife, staying at his daughter's house in Narre Warren in Melbourne. And I asked him if he'd like to be one of the participants on Anglo-Indian Stories, and he took the challenge up straight away. He tells me he's not nervous, he's an old hand at this, so we're really going to see something, I think. But again, let me stress that Noel has a sharp memory, he's articulate, and to me that's very important, because as a resource for our research and for these interviews, etc., we need someone who's credible, and I think he does that very well, and he comes across really well. So, Noel, welcome to Anglo-Indian Stories. You're our second participant on this episode.
Thanks, Nigel.
And I'd like to start with a question that we ask all of our interviewees, and tell us a little bit about your life in India and your family.
The place where I was born, Kurda Road, as you mentioned, was a small railway town on the old Bengal-Nagpur railway, between Chennai and Calcutta.
Right.
My dad, Alec, was a guard, and my mom, Teresa, a housewife. She kept the home fires burning, rather. And I had 4 older brothers. They've gone since.
Right.
And now there are 3 brothers left and my sister. I met my wife Sheila in Kurda Road, where her father was transferred.
Right. So he was on the railways as well?
Yeah, he was a driver, a male driver. So Sheila and I married in 1971. And we have 3 daughters. The eldest, Renata, she's teaching here in Cranbourne.
Right.
The second, Rowena, is in London. She's a doctor. And the youngest, Petula, she's in Chennai. She used to work for British Airways. And we have 4 grandchildren.
Right.
The eldest, Jordan, he was born in Vizag, but came here with his parents when he was 6 years old. That's 2002.
So how old is he now? No?
He's 11. Recently made his first communion.
Right. So he's nearly dinky die Aussie.
Yes. He swears by Australia. He's really dinky die. He doesn't want to go back to India for any length of time.
Yep.
He loves schooling over here, especially.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to carry that burden, with so many additional subjects and languages and the very strict discipline that you have there.
Well, it's certainly a good life for a young bloke in Australia, that's for sure.
Yes.
And easy growing up. And your daughter and her husband in London, they have a child?
Yes, they have a daughter. Her name is Zara. She's 4 years old. So he's a surgeon, my daughter's husband.
Right.
He's a surgeon and she's a physician.
That's fantastic. Yeah. You must be really proud, you and Sheila, of all the kids.
Yes, we are.
All doing wonderfully well.
All of them are doing quite well.
Yeah. Okay. And your brothers and your sisters that are remaining, are they in India, or are they scattered seeds?
All of them are in India.
Yeah.
One in Dhanbad, which was in Jharkhand state. My sister and my youngest brother on Kurda Road.
Mm.
My sister's the principal of a school there,
Right.
and my younger brother teaches in the same school.
Mm.
And I have a brother in Calcutta who's doing a business, pest control.
Pest control.
Yeah.
There's probably not a lot of work in India for pest control.
Oh, Indians, I would say there's too much of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. We can laugh about it. Now, just going back to how we met through the magazine article,
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the magazine and just find out you're still contributing articles and
Yes.
stories.
Yes, I am. And I'm also a distributor of the
A
magazine.
distributor as well.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have a close relationship with Harry McClure.
Yes, I know the whole team. I know Harry, I know Gerard, I know Ruben,
Right.
Shiva, and the other two guys, who run around, the errand boys,
Yeah.
Roy and Sean.
Right.
I know all
So
of them.
you're one of the team, really.
I suppose so, although I am in Vizag and they're in Chennai.
Yeah, yeah.
But they consider me one of the team.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good. So I wanted you to tell us about two articles that really you personally feel very proud of.
The first one I pick is the concluding installment
Mm-hmm.
of the series A Railwayman Looks Back, which, I did for the magazine.
Right.
You have mentioned the first article, but I'm referring to the third one, the
Right.
last one,
Yeah.
in which I tried to highlight the special contribution of the Anglo-Indian railwaymen and their families to the railways.
Right.
There were a lot of true stories, anecdotes, funny, humorous, a lot of railway jokes to it.
Oh, okay.
And it was well appreciated too. The second was the cover story I did on Jordan Herbert for the magazine.
I remember seeing that. That was a
Yes.
great cover shot too, with a young
Yeah, he was
Anglo-Indian
the
boy.
chap who bagged the role of the young Simba in the Disney stage production of The Lion King.
in Australia. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was something different for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I was being dubbed as a, writer of railway yarns,
Mm-hmm.
and I was asked to do this,
Mm-hmm.
which I felt made me more versatile.
Yeah, a one-on-one interview.
Yes, and this too
Mm.
was well
Yeah.
liked.
Yep.
I got a lot of appreciated
Right.
emails, and so did the boy and his family.
Oh, fantastic! Because I suppose it wasn't, it wasn't a nostalgic piece, was it? It was something
No,
that
it
was
wasn't.
happening now.
Yes,
It was
that's right.
very relevant to
Yeah.
our times, and,
Very
and it
relevant.
included the youth within
You're
the
right.
community.
You're right.
So that's fantastic. So tell us a little about yourself when you were a young lad. Now you went to boarding school. Many Anglo-Indians
Yes.
did, men and women. Tell us a little bit about that. And I remember you telling me about, some class distinctions there to do with food. Tell us about that.
Well, I had to go to boarding school. That was the only option, because my birthplace had only a primary school.
Was that a mixed school, primary school, or was it a Hindu school?
No, it was Anglo-Indian,
Right.
but co-education. We had boys and
Oh,
girls.
okay.
And after that, I went to St. Aloysius, Vizag, run by the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales, proper boarding school. I was there for 5 years, from 50 to 54.
Right.
And most of the priests were Frenchmen. Father Joseph Mene was the principal. There was only one English priest, and he was Father Edward Fithian from Lancashire.
Yeah. Well, these two priests must have made an impression on you, because you can say, you can recall their names.
Yes, they
amazing
did.
how-
They did, especially Father Fithian, who used to teach us English.
Right.
And he was a stickler, for proper grammar and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
If you said, Father, can I leave the room? He said, you can, but you may not.